Top story here at 11 tonight. Leaders in Louisville say the new agreement between LMPD and the Office of Inspector General is a step in the right direction, but not enough. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. Tonight, we have reaction from community leaders who have been pushing for change. WHAS 1119's Bobby McSwine is live outside Metro Hall. Bobby, you've been covering this issue for months. What's the top change you are hearing about tonight?
Well, the top changes are access to that body cam footage, so important, and access to interviews. Inspector General Ed Harness says he could not get support from the previous administration here at Metro Hall or from LMPD. In fact, he says he couldn't get one officer to sit for an interview. Now he's hopeful that his more than a dozen cases can be fast-tracked, and so is the community.
More than 2 years after Louisville's Office of Inspector General was created, it's getting the teeth it needs to do what it was created to do: investigate LMPD.
If we do this right, if LMPD is kept under a microscope, as it should be, because the way you earn trust is by being consistent. A true apology is change behavior.
Vocal KY Director Shamika Parrish-Wright says the newly signed agreement between LMPD and the OIG is what's needed after the scathing Department of Justice report into the practices and patterns of the police department.
They earned it because they didn't do right. I think they've never had this kind of oversight before.
The agreement will require officers to attend interviews, but those interviews will be about administrative actions or policies, not criminal matters. Secondly, the OIG will have direct access to body cam footage related to incidents they're investigating.
It makes us a more efficient operation, and it allows us to go to the public and say we are getting this information direct from the source.
Inspector General Ed Harness voiced his complaints for months about the lack of access to records and personnel. Interim Chief Gwen Villarroel says even though officers will be compelled to testify under this agreement, she's confident her officers will want to cooperate. When asked about consequences if they don't, she says she trusts them.
I fully know from where I stand today that my officers are wanting to do what is best for the department and for the community.
Urban League President Dr. Kish Kumi-Price says this is a step toward what should be a much larger plan. One step that she and others discussed Monday: restructuring LMPD's contract.
There's not a lot of involvement in terms of advice and receiving that advice and adhering to those recommendations. And so to be able to have that, that's the piece that we need.
Now, when it comes to body cam footage, we know that a major concern is when that footage shows an officer shooting someone. Under this agreement, after KSP's investigation is done, Harness says his office will receive those files for review. I'm live in downtown Louisville. Bobby McSwine, the WHAS 1119 on your side.